Good morning all. My seminar topic is fossil and fossilization. First of all, we can see that what is fossils? Fossils are the mineralized or preserved releases of organisms of the remote past embedded in earth strata or on rocks and ice by natural process. In Latin word, fossils means to dig up. Fossils include entire organism, skeleton, bone, tooth, shell, scale, nail, etc. ഈ ഒരു പിക്ചേഴ്സിൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാം ഓരോ തരത്തിലുള്ള ഫോസിൽസ്, അതായത് നെയിൽസ്, ഓരോ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് ആനിമൽസിൻ്റെ നെയിൽസ്, പിന്നെ കണ്ടോ ഹോഴ്സിൻ്റെ ടീത്ത്, പിന്നെ കുറേ ഫുഡ് പ്രിൻറ്റ്, ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു പ്രിൻറ്റ് പോലെ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, ഇംപ്രഷൻസ്, കംപ്രഷൻ, നമ്മൾ അങ്ങനത്തെ വേർഡെല്ലാം ഫെമിലിയറാണ്. അപ്പം അങ്ങനെ ഉള്ളതെല്ലാം ഫോസിൽസിൽ ഉൾപ്പെടും. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ടേമാണ് ഫോസിലൈസേഷൻ. ഈ ഒരു പിക്ചറിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് ആ ഒരു ടേം ഡിഫൈൻ ചെയ്യാം. അതായത് ഫസ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റേജിൽ ഒരു ഓർഗാനിസം ഡെഡായിട്ട് ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്. സെക്കൻഡ് സ്റ്റേജിൽ ആ ഓർഗാനിസത്തിൻ്റെ സ്കെലറ്റൻസ് എല്ലാം സോയിലിൻ്റെ അടിയിലേക്ക് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. പിന്നെയുള്ള ആ സോയിലിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും താഴ്ഭാഗത്തായിട്ട് കാണാൻ പറ്റും, ഒരു ഫോസിൽ എന്ന രൂപത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റും. പിന്നെ കുറേ വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷം ആർക്കിയോളജിസ്റ്റ് ഈ ഒരു സ്കെലറ്റൻ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്നു. അതായത് ഈ ഒരു പ്രോസസ്സാണ്, അതായത് ഒരു ഫോസിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന ആ ഒരു പ്രോസസ്സിനെയാണ് നമുക്ക് ഫോസിലൈസേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റുക. സോ fossilization is the process by which fossils are formed. A fossil is normally a portion of decayed organism, usually the portion that was partially mineralized during life. Examples are the bones and teeth of vertebrates, the chitinous exoskeleton of invertebrates, etc. Fossils may also include the marks left behind by the organism, such as footprints or feces. Fossils vary in size from microscopic single cells to gigantic organisms such as dinosaurs. Next, different types of fossilization process. First one is petrifaction. It's a process by which all materials of dead organisms are converted to minerals, leaving the outlines of structures such as organelles. Second one is permineralization. It is a process by which the empty spaces within a dead organism, that spaces which filled with liquid or gas during life, become filled with mineral-rich ground, water from which the minerals precipitate later. Some fossils consist only skeletal remains or teeth, other traits of skin, etc. Third one is carbonization. It is the process by which tissues are reduced to a thin film of carbon by the action of solution and other chemicals. Occasionally, rapid fires preserve flowers by carbonization. Fourth one is cast and molds. In some cases, the original remains of the organism get completely dissolved, disintegrated, or destroyed. When a whole shaped like an organism alone is left in the rock, it is called external mold. This external mold is the impression of the remains of the organism registered on the surrounding sediment. If this hole is later filled with other minerals, it is called cast. So cast is a mold or impression in the top bed of soft sediment. Example, cast of footprints or traits. Fifth one is replacement and recrystallization. Replacement occurs when shell, bone, or other tissue is replaced with another mineral. The commonest replacement mineral include silica or iron sulfide and many others. Recrystallization is the dissolution and precipitation of minerals in shell, changing their internal physical structures. In this process, the original structures may be blurred or lost. When a shell is recrystallized, the original minerals are still present but in a different crystal form. Many shells, which were originally composed of aragonite, may be recrystallized into more stable mineral calcite. Sixth one is compression. It is the process by which the organism part may be flattened by the compaction of sediments. If the organic content is preserved in the process, the fossil is called compression fossil. If it is not preserved, the fossil is termed impression fossil. Compression fossils are the fossils which result from the chemical reduction of complex organic molecules of the organism tissues. Example, fossil of ferns. Seventh one is mummification. Mummification is the fossilization of entire animals or plants. It is common in deserts where dead bodies of animals or plants get quickly dehydrated and preserved as mummies. After mummification, they may get buried in sand due to sandstorms. Mineralization may take place in buried state. And the last one is bioimmuration. It is a type of preservation in which a skeletal organism overgrows another organism, preserving either the latter or an impression of it within the skeleton. Usually, it is a sessile skeleton organism such as a bryozoan or an oyster which grows along a substrate covering other sessile encrusters. So that's all about fossils and fossilization. We can revise it again that fossils are the preserved remains of plants and animals whose bodies were buried in sediments such as sand and mud under ancient seas, lakes, and rivers. And the term fossilization means it is the process of the formation of fossils. And we go through the formation or the process, different process of fossilization. And the first one was petrifaction, and it is the remains of the outline of the organism which is preserved as fossils. And the second one was the permineralization, and which is the process which the empty spaces in the dead body, dead organism, when in the living time the spaces was filled with liquid and gas, but after that it become filled with mineral rich groundwater from which the minerals precipitate later. And the third one was the carbonization. It is a process by which tissues are reduced to a thin film and carbon by action of solutions and other chemicals. And the next one, cast and mold, and it was that the mold means it is the remains of organisms that completely dissolved and disintegrated or destroyed, and in that rock there may be a hole shaped like an organism, and that is the mold. And if the hole is later filled with other minerals, and it is called the cast. And the next one was replacement and the recrystallization. Replacement occurs when shell and bone or other tissues are replaced with another mineral, and the recrystallization is the dissolution and precipitation of minerals in shell, changing that the internal physical structures entirely different, and it will blur the original structures. And the next one was the compression. It is a process by which organism part may be flattened by the compaction of sediments. The next one was the mummification. It is very familiar to all. It is the fossilization of the entire animals or plants, and it is mainly seen in desert Israel, Egypt, regions. It was more famous. And the last one was bioimmuration. It is purely known as the mode of preservation which results from organic overgrowth of sessile organism. So thank you.